top. So you have still the chance to work on you. Okay, so in order to be real Christians, that's why the wise King Solomon said, train up children in the way they should go. What does the way mean from biblical perspective? Way is faith, belief. Defining the word orthodoxy makes it clear. The English word orthodox derives from two Greek words, orthos and doxa. Greek orthos means, anybody who can try, because you are familiar with the word orthodontics, right? What does it mean? What does orthodontics do to you? Huh? Fix, okay. A dentist that straighten up your teeth. So ortho means straight, right. Doxa means way, path, faith, believe, glory, worship. When you combine those, orthodox means straight way, straight path that leads us to, where's our eternal home? Our eternal home, heaven, right? It also means right belief, right faith. It also means right way of glorifying God, worshiping God. So if you claim that you are Orthodox Christian, make sure that you are on the way, on track, not off track. If you believe that you are really Orthodox Christian, be a praying, worshiping, praising person. If you think that you're Orthodox, make sure that you embrace the right faith, the right beliefs. So train up children in the way they should go means you should get trained, learn about your faith since childhood, since early times. Why? When you grow old, there is no way that you will give up your faith, regardless of what. We know we live in the postmodern era, digital era. There are so many things out there that are tempting us to give up our faith, but you'll stand firmly on the solid foundation, rock of orthodoxy. Why? Because you have been trained since childhood. That's why Jesus said, whoever listens to my word and do it, live by it, looks like a person that built his house on the rock. Winds blew, rain descended. What happened? The house never fall. Why? Because it was built on foundation. Whereas a person who listens to my word but does not do it or obey it or live it looks like a person who built his house on the sand. Winds blew, rain descended, and it hit the house. It fell, and greater was the fall. Why? There was no foundation to hold it up. So if you stand on the foundation of your faith, no matter the winds of postmodernism, various ideologies here and there blows one after the other, you will stand firmly on the foundation of your orthodoxy. You will never change your identity. You'll never give up your faith. You'll be faithful like St. Paul and Peter, whom we commemorated today, until the last breath of your life. Did you get the point? So train up children in the way they should go. The way means Christian faith. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. John 14:6. And Luke, in the book of Acts, chapter 19, verses 9 and 26, twice he mentioned Christian faith as the way. So train up children in the way they should go. Orthodox means straight way or path. Be always on track. Sometimes when you supervise yourself, when you check on yourself, you might find somehow on track. But whenever God's voice comes to you like a GPS, it helps you to reroute and to be back on track. So keep this in mind. Did you get the point? So it's worth it to spend your time and make every possible effort to get trained in matters of your faith. First point. Then second, St. Paul advised all of us to be aware of our time, redeeming the time, for the days are evil. Work circumspectly, meaning be wise, be vigilant, be cautious, redeeming the time while the days are evil. There are so much evil out there. Okay, high school and college students, those of you who studied coordinate geometry, raise your hands, please. You've studied geometry in math. Anybody who's familiar with vertical and horizontal asymptote? If you're familiar, raise your hands, please. Okay, for 2-3 people, I shouldn't use it. That's fine. So, although we live in this world, we shouldn't belong to the sinful aspects of this world. Aside from that, we are free to enjoy all the gifts of life. And we should be aware of our time, conscious of our time, what's going on. Because this dramatic change, everything has been changing fast. We live in a high-paced world. Did I see someone talking? If my laser touches you, that means freeze. Huh? Okay. So the way how we think, the way how we talk, the way how we walk, our outlook, everything has been changing dramatically. Those changes are impactful. I'm not saying that all changes are bad, and equally, not all changes are good either. So as Christians, we have to pick and choose, meaning we should take advantage of good aspects of change. We should stay away from the evil aspects of change. We should take advantage of the constructive aspect of change. We should refrain from the destructive aspect of change. Everything has been changing instantly. I'm not sure. Those of you who have phone, raise your hands. Okay, iPhone. Where are we now as we speak? iPhone 15. Take my word. A few weeks later, hey, iPhone 16 is around the corner. Get ready. You'll see the odds. Samsung 20. Okay. In a few weeks, you will hear, oh, 25 is around the corner. Get ready. Everything, not only technology or IT, in every aspect of life has been changing real quick. The point is, all these have impact on us. So we should be aware of what's going on and take advantage of what's useful to us and stay away from what's harmful to us. Pick and choose. In order to do that, in order to make an informed decision, you need such kind of training. If you are blindfolded, you don't know where to go, you don't know what to pick and choose. Does that make sense? So not all changes are bad, and not all changes are good either. So it's up to us to pick and choose. Take advantage of what's going on. The other aspect, speaking of our relationship with church, Saint Cyprian of Carthage, early 3rd century church father, big fan of teachings about church. He once said, was leading girls or boys? I think you're leading. Say it after me. No one, I'm about to leave you. You're not loud enough. No one, yes, can have God as one's father unless one has the church as one's mother. Pass. Good point. Good job. Boys, no one, oh, am I safe to be around? Can have God as one's father unless one has the church as one's mother. Okay. Now you won. I have to be fair. You did a great job. Okay. Good. Keep it up. Who knows? They might take your turn. So no one can have God as one's father unless one has the church as one's mother. Meaning, church is our mother, God is our. In the Lord's Prayer, that's how we address to God, right? Our Father who art in heaven. So no one can have God as one's father unless one has the church as one's mother. Church is our mother. Why? How? When? When did the church become our mother? Anybody who can tell me? Yes, sir. when Jesus gave the keys of the kingdom to Peter. Okay, that's one aspect. But I'm going to ask you, when, at which specific moment in your life that you have the church as your mother? Yes. The moment we got baptized, we became God's children. Where did you get baptized? In the mall? At the beach? Where? Oh, church. That means church giveth spiritual birth. Church is our spiritual mother. Boys, when was the first time you ever came to church? The very first time. Raise your hands and tell me. Raise your hands before you talk. My laser will unmute you. But when? Yes. 40 days after birth. How about girls? Same thing? 80 days. I hope you know the reason. Why boys 40 days, why girls 80 days. That's fine. I shouldn't go to that detail. The thing is, 40 days after birth, your parents brought you to church, right? Is that right? You got baptized. The moment you got baptized, you put on Christ, you became Christian. Before baptism, we all were ordinary people. Post-baptism, we put on Christ, we became extraordinary people. We got baptized in the church. Church is our mother. And God is our father. As you all know, our mothers have two breasts, right? To feed their kids. Our mother church has two breasts. What are the two breasts of mother church? Raise your hand. Quick brain gymnasium. Think a little bit. Church is our spiritual mother. So they should have two breasts. What are they? That flows milk to nourish our soul. If I have to be kind enough to give you a clue, when Jesus fasted 40 days and 40 nights, the devil approached him, came to him, and tempted him with three temptations. The first one was what? If you are the Son of God, make these rocks bread and let's eat. Then Jesus said what? Man shall live not by bread alone, but by the word of God that came out of God's mouth. That's enough clue. Halfway to the answer. Two breasts. Qurban, Holy Communion is the ultimate nourishment. Perfect. But try to relate the analogy. Connect the meaning. Boys, are you awake? Faith? No. Two breasts. I want to hear two things, two items. Yes. I know why it says two breasts. You never had Bible study class? Yes. That's very sweet. That's fine. The two breasts are Old Testament and New Testament. Ah, yes. So the Bible is divided into two major parts, right? Old and New Testament. Old Testament begins with creation. It ends with the last prophecy, prefiguration, type about Christ. The New Testament began right at the birth of Jesus. And it elapsed all the way until Christ returns in glory. So the two testaments symbolize the two breasts of Mother Church. So during Qadasi, during lessons, training, courses, you always learn from Old and New Testament. That means you suck from your mother's breast, church, that nourish our soul. Did you get the point? Okay. So no one can have God as one's father unless one has the church as one's mother. So the more we come to church, the closer we get to God. The closer you get to God, then the more you get to know God. The more you get to know God, the more you got to love God. The more we love God, the more we serve God. The more we serve God, the more we get blessed. The more you get blessed, you'll find yourself on the mountaintop of success. You will never lose anything because you are in God's house. In fact, you will be given every blessings, every gift if you are committed yourselves to the house of God. So make sure that in order to claim God as your father, first you have to acknowledge the church as your mother. Those of you who love your mothers, raise your hands. Why should I ask you in the first place? So, those of you who love your mother church, raise your hands. Those of you who love church, you sure? Okay, how do you prove that you love church? How do you prove that you love God? What are the ways in which we prove that we truly love church and God? Yes, please. We respect God. It shows how we love. We don't respect something or someone whom we don't love. Okay? Yes, sir. Oh my goodness. By applying what we learn from the church, you prove that. Because you all say, action speaks. Action speaks louder than words, more than words. So let our actions speak that we love church, we love God. Thank you so much. Okay, girls. Okay. Why are you all the way far? Why don't you fill up the seats? Come over here. All the kids at the back. Please come forward. Come forward. Come here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come here, please. Let me hear you first. What did you say? To worship God. Very good. By worshiping God, we can prove that we truly love God. Worship is the expression of our utmost love and respect to God. Yes, sir. Okay. We love church because it is the sacred house where we sing to God. Yes, sweetie. Okay. We show how much we love God by observing the 10 Commandments. Wow. Quick question. Anybody who can tell me the 10 Commandments right on top of your head? 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments. Okay, 2 of you. I would prefer in order. If not, that's fine. I'm not that picky. Respect your mother and father. Is that right? Good. Survey says yes. Go. Move on. Don't commit adultery. Survey. Yes. Green light. Keep going. Don't kill. You shall not murder. Okay. You're good. 3. Respect your neighbor. Okay. Respect / love your neighbor as you love yourself. Okay. 4th. Boys, you need to be quiet. You done? If you add 1 more, that means halfway. You'll get half prize. Squeeze your brain. It gives you juice. Huh? Oh, thou shalt not steal. Is that right? Give her big hands. She got 5 of them. Okay, here. Okay, she's telling me in Amharic. So, you shall have no other gods before me. Thank you. Okay. Keep the Sabbath day holy. She said it. 7. Girls are amazing. Eh? Don't lie. We should lie, of course, but it's not. Yes. You shall. Don't call God's name in vain. Good. 8. 2 more. Thou shalt not covet. Okay. Don't be envious. She said it already. That's the first commandment. Adultery is forbidden. Oh my goodness. Give her big hands. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Those are the 10 commandments. So as a check mark, each day you can ask yourself, gauge your day against those commandments. Which ones did I follow, observe? Which ones I'm not good at? Then the next day, you have a room to improve yourself. Okay, don't despair, don't give up, okay? You can't just master perfection overnight. You can't be like Peter or Paul overnight. Growth is an ongoing process, including myself. Are you all were born like this tall, this big? Huh? No. We're tiny, crying, crawling infants. We become who we are today as a result of a long process. You got baptized in the church 40 days, 80 days after birth. Now you came this far, meaning it's an ongoing process. The simple idea you should keep in mind. Today, we are better Christians than yesterday, which means there is a room for us